Welcome to Sports Rap. I am your host, Robert Pickford Jr. And together, we'll go over the plays, highlight the details, and give you all the analysis for everything you need to make an informed decision on your games on a week-to-week basis. Welcome to Sports Rap, Week 18. We got a busy, for starters, Happy New Year. We made it through 2025. That's been one of the roughest years I've ever experienced, politically, financially, emotionally, you name it. Everything across the board was screwed up, off the chart. You couldn't believe it. It didn't make sense, or it wasn't correlating. So let's be glad that that year is gone. 2025, I don't ever want to see you again, thank God. We look forward to a better year getting started off. What are we going to talk about today? We got a lot to talk about. For starters, we're in college football season. We're in the end. We're beginning the NFL playoffs, and we're into getting pretty heavy into the NBA season. There's not much boxing or MMA or anything else to report on. So we're going to start with the main headline news. That was a good win by Ole Miss last night, 39-34. I stayed up to watch that game, and it looked like Ole Miss was going to get blown out. And then, because it was 20-12 beginning of the third quarter, and they weren't moving the ball at all. And then all of a sudden, they opened up the floodgates. And I didn't have any idea what was going on with this Lane Kiffin situation, so I've been doing some reading. I've been doing some digging. And he's not a dirty dude. He was down there for 5 years. He bounces around everywhere. He doesn't stay. As a matter of fact, he stayed at Ole Miss longer than anywhere else. He was there from 2020 to 25. And he rebuilt their program through his name and apparently some of his coaching ability, but he's going to take him and his entire staff's going to LSU because LSU is tired of losing. They've been getting their rear ends whipped by Alabama for the last decade, and they're like, well, we're going to steal. This is the part that's dirty. Instead of going and getting your own coach, you go steal somebody else's coach who's doing well, which probably is going to be bad karma for you. All right. So we got, and not only that, but then they got a weird situation where they have to play Miami now, and half of the staff can't go because they've already signed to be on with LSU. So Charlie Weiss Jr. was the only one that flew back with the team to Oxford, but everybody else didn't even fly back. So I said, this is weird. That's it could be inspiring for Ole Miss, or it could cripple them. Half of their coaches aren't even going to be there. But you know what? It's cool if some other people can step in and be like, oh, I'm on that. I'll take that job. Bing, 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 bing. They probably, with the amount of people biting on each other's ass, it wouldn't surprise me if there were people that just stepped right into these roles. So that's interesting. I'm sitting here reading through some of the topics. Golding Rebels continue special run. Oust UGA, who's Georgia. Yeah, it was a nice game. This is a good one. Aikman to advise the Dolphins on their next general manager search. The Dolphins are so pathetic that they're just reaching to outside sources. They're like, dude, you used to be cool. You know about the NFL. Can you tell us who to hire? It's like, you sorry jellyfish, no squad. Man, Miami Dolphins are bunk. Let's use some old school terms. Bunk, lame, weak, sorry. Barnwell names his annual All-Pro team. Let's see here. Moving on to the next. The next topic. We're looking at boxing. Let's scan anything to see if there's anything going on. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Ex-champ Joshua out of the hospital after car crash. The conspiracy theorists are out saying that since he beat Jake Paul and he didn't follow the script, i.e. he broke his face, which I loved, that now he was involved in a fatal car crash. And 9 days later, it is kind of alarming. And it's, why are they were in his native state, which is Nigeria? Yeah, Nigeria. How could you forget that? He was in Nigeria and they were driving too fast. It's like, how fast were you driving? 130 miles an hour. The car was all crushed up like a pop can. And it's hard to do that with these new cars. I'm like, man, what is going on? Ex-boxing champ Joshua hurt and crashed, 2 killed. His 2 friends, they said the one dude got his head. He was beheaded. Lagos, Nigeria, Anthony Joshua, the 2-time former world heavyweight boxing champion from Britain, was hospitalized in stable condition, blah, 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 blah. Let's catch up here on the juice. Car crash that killed 2 people. It named Sinai Gami and Latif Adeyale as the 2 passengers who had tragically passed away. There's not much in this. The crash occurred on a major thoroughfare, the Lagos Ibadan Expressway, which links Ogun State to Lagos. Lagos. You say tomato, I say tomato. The country's economic capital at about, Lagos, the country's economic capital. I've never heard that, the economic capital. At about 11 a.m. local time. At 11 a.m. in the morning, you get into a fatal car wreck. Should have been having breakfast, relaxing or something. It's junk, Phil. There's nothing that just, well, does it say how fast they were going? No. Does it say where they were going? No. MMA, looking at their front page, the racist Aryan front page of the MMA. One thing that jumped out to me was this Tom Aspinall. He got horribly injured. This dude, they thought he was faking it. He's the heavyweight champion. He got poked in his eyes on this last match, and he's having multiple surgeries on his eyes. Can you imagine somebody having multiple surgeries on your eyes? Yeah. You will never, UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall is moving forward with multiple eye surgeries as he continues to deal with the fallout of injuries sustained during a title fight against Cyril Gane in October. That little South American brother was poking him in his eyes like crazy. He's not coming back after this. I can get Aspinall, and he wanted to fight John Jones, and John Jones is famous for eye pokes. Aspinall, 15-3, will have completed surgeries in both eyes by mid-January, according to statements. And he's already 32 years old. That stands out. He's been inactive since the pokes. By the time this statement goes out, I'll probably have had surgery on one eye already, said Aspinall. Jesus Christ. This dude's eyeballs are crushed. It's like next time he fights, they'll have to put on some new food, come out with goggles on. For real. I was thinking about that. I was like, could they fight with goggles? They could. They just wouldn't. They're not going to let them. Because those eye pokes are crazy. See, any other sport, they would come up with a set of protective goggles to protect those eyes. What is this? After Joshua, Paul interested in fight with UFC's Pereira. Yeah, Jake Paul's never fighting again either. That's a myth. He got 7 teeth removed. His jaw was repaired in 2 places on opposite sides. In other words, it was broken here and here. It just literally, his whole jaw just could have come unhinged. Good God Almighty! Let's get over to the NBA. Enough of the barbarism. Enough of the sources. MRI comes back clean on Wemby's knee. Okay, so his knee's jacked up. Wemby's out, and they showed him stretching. He's an incredible athlete. He's not just a 7'4" dummy, or is he 7'5"? They showed him stretching. He can bring his head all the way down to his feet, like completely collapse his whole entire body like that. And then they showed him also doing the splits. I said, whoa. That brother is an athlete. Nuggets Valanciunas calf out at least 4 weeks, so he's out. This big dummy. The minute they put him in there, he was already hurt. Valanciunas is out for a month. So Jokic and Valanciunas are out for a month. Durant sympathizes with Jokic's freak injury. Oh, isn't that nice, Kevin? Edwards leaves bench after Wolves pull starters. Blah, 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 blah. NBA Christmas viewership hits a 15-year high. I'm sure they're happy about that. You got to run plenty of insurance commercials. Rockets beat Nets last night, 120-96. Sixers beat Mavericks, 123-108. Celtics, 120-106 over the Kings. Heat, 118-112 over the Pistons. The Pistons are starting to slide down after that super hot start, and the Clippers beat the Jazz. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. I don't see anything else that's really jumping out. And we talked about Jokic. We didn't say anything. Jokic avoided a freak injury, which is an ACL, PCL, MCL tear, which is great. So he can go sit down and relax. The rest of those people who get paid between $2 and $8 million a year are going to have to start playing ball. And, they can play 500. Well, try to play above 500 till they get back. And then that way we have a chance at it. Because a lot of these teams are going to start getting hurt. Durant's going to get hurt for a while. You name it. Kawhi, I can't even think of his name, the brother for the Clippers. He'll end up getting hurt. Okay, let's go into our NFL picks. We are at week 18. Can you believe the season is over? The Denver Broncos have just shock and awe. Where are the Denver Broncos? Let's talk about these knuckleheads real quick. Oh, NFL. Yeah, could you? It's almost like they don't even think about the NFL anymore. Since the season is just about over. More sports. Old ESPN, you got so much crap going on, you can't get anything going on your page. What? Or maybe this can't be the NFL's front page if it's all basketball. Okay, let's just do it. Let's go in through the back door, shall we? Okay, the Broncos are 13-3. That is just absolutely nuts. They won't show the standings. What are these people? Standings, home stats, schedule, roster, depth chart, more. Oh, you have to buy tickets? No, you idiot. I don't want to buy any tickets. Here we go. Full standings. There we go. There we go. So we didn't talk. I talked to some other people. Now you and I are going to talk about the AFC. So the only thing standing in the Broncos' way is Jacksonville, the team that just beat them at home at 12-4. They're another we had written them off. Nobody no. They were absolutely we expected Pittsburgh to play better than them. Pittsburgh's at 9-7. So we got, let's just simplify this, even though we'll include Buffalo. So Buffalo, no. New England possibly could hurt the Broncos. Can Pittsburgh beat the Broncos? Absolutely not. Can Jacksonville beat the Broncos? Maybe. That game was kind of fluky because the Broncos were on that winning streak. So the only thing standing in the Broncos' way are literally two teams, Jacksonville and New England. That's it. So let's go over our picks, shall we? The last week. No! Can't believe this crap, man. Week 18. Okay, we got New Orleans at Atlanta. I'm going with Atlanta. Atlanta's just good. And New Orleans is trying to do better. I think they're on a 3-game win streak, but we'll take the home team on that. No way. No way we would take the away team. Jets at Buffalo. Buffalo. Okay, we have Detroit at Chicago, Bears. Cleveland at Cincinnati. Go Sador. Cleveland. Chargers at Broncos. Broncos. And why Broncos is because... Why Broncos, Robert? Why Broncos is because I'm not sure if the Chargers are even playing for anything. As we saw, well, let's look at it, okay? Ooh, the Chargers are 11-5. Do they need to win that game? Because who are they chasing? What would be the ramifications? They're already in the playoffs. Why? What does why distinguish? Clinched wild card. Okay, so they're already in. They don't have to win. Okay. I'm sure they would like to beat the Broncos tomorrow, though, because the Broncos will have swept them, meaning won both games. That's not a good look. So they're probably going to try to win. I'm still going with the Broncos. Colts at Houston. Tennessee at Jacksonville. The Duval Destroyers. The Duval Dummies. Jacksonville Jaguars are going to win their game. Arizona Cardinals at Los Angeles Rams. We have the Rams. Kansas City at the Raiders. Neither one of them have anything to play for, but Kansas City will always be smarter than the Raiders. Doesn't matter where they play. Green Bay at Minnesota. Is Green Bay in? Is any of those teams in? Green Bay. Yeah. Green Bay has actually clinched a wild card in Minnesota. We're going to go with Green Bay there. Jesus Christ. I thought they were pretty injured. Well, yeah, they don't have Micah Parsons. They don't have Jordan Love. Miami at New England. Oh, my God. New England is going to feast on Miami. Dallas Cowboys at New York Giants. Both are out. I'll go with the Cowboys. That's just my squad on that NFC East deal. I like Dakota. I can see why they named him NFL Man of the Year and all that stuff. He's a good straight dude. Washington Commanders at Eagles. Eagles will feast. Eagles are back. They got Jalen Carter, the nose tackle back. He's looking up to speed and he's running people over again. So that's bad news for people like the Rams. Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh Steelers. Wait a minute. Oh, that's a playoff game. Oh, boy. Okay. So we got 2 playoff games. I just had a pop-up on my screen. I was like, what the? Well, it wasn't me having sex with an animal or anything. I wasn't having sex with a goat. All right. See, we can say that on my show. We ain't getting sponsored by no influencer. Okay, so we got 2. Let's get back to Roberts. Get back to it. So we have 2 playoff games here. Oh my God, this is going to be a fun weekend. So the playoff games are Ravens at Pittsburgh. Ravens at Pittsburgh. Who you got there, Robert? Ravens. I'm not down with the Ravens. I'm going with Pittsburgh. Plus, they got the MAGA head coach, Harbaugh. I used to love the Harbaughs until he went MAGA. So he said, "We love President Trump." I said, "What?" It's hard to get up in front of a camera and say something like that too. I mean, I make $10 million a year, but I'm willing to, ruffle a few feathers. I don't care. I'll just say I love President Trump in the middle of the National Guard beating up people and all that stuff. It's like, that is just so weak. So that's why their shit is falling apart down there. Nobody believes in you, man. You speak with 2 tongues. 2 tongues. They've always done that. I love you. I hate you. I love you. I hate you. I want to have sex with you. I hate you. Come on, Robert. Stick to the topics. Seattle at San Francisco. So, going back to the other playoff game, and that is Carolina at Tampa. We got 2 playoff games. Wow. So somebody's getting eliminated. Whoever the loser gets eliminated. That's how that works. So we got Pittsburgh in the first playoff game. We got Carolina. They can't beat Tampa at Tampa. We got to go with Tampa. Carolina had a good run, so they can excuse me, what they could do is whip ass, lose, get you another draft pick for next year, and then come out smoking like you got Jimmy Horn Jr., you got your quarterback now, you got your running back, your defense is looking nasty. Just, work on that a little bit, Carolina, and you'll be right there. Seattle built some tradition down there, kind of like these. I hate to say it, but Kyle Shanahan, even though he's a loser, he's a good coach. This is probably his best coaching season, which brings us into the Seattle at San Francisco. Both of these, that's another playoff game. Let's see here. They're both in the playoffs, but Seattle's 13-3. San Francisco is 12-4. I know San Francisco is going to try to win that game. I'm going with Seattle. This is it. It's either if Sam Darnold starts getting sacked and beat up, that's it. It's a wrap. This is going to decide it right here. I just came up with this. Wow, man. This is pretty freaking cool. So that's going to end our show. Week 18. It was good being with you. I got a bunch of stuff to do today. I got to make a bunch of calls and get with it and get to kicking. Have a good day, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you next week, as a matter of fact. Bye.